Hey everyone, I am Lisa Giacomelli, the Director of North Carolina Science Olympiad. Welcome to our second episode of the NCSO Debrief, our monthly Q&A video series where I answer all of your questions. Let's get started today. Team numbers, the numbers on the schedule. How do I find the number I fall under with scheduling? Which group am I in? That's a great question. Those numbers on the schedule are throwing everybody off this year. The numbers on the schedule refer to your assigned team number. So once registration for your tournament closes, this is typically about a month in advance, team numbers are assigned. And you can then determine which time blocks you will be competing in. But you can and should assign students to events before you get this number. Events are grouped into specific time blocks, so students can only do one event from each group. There's actually a color-coded document on our website that explains this and will help you determine which events are grouped together so that you can assign kids to events before you get your team number. Okay, January was full of Division A questions. So if you're not a Division A competitor, you can tune out right now or fast forward. 3, 2, 1 blast off. It allows up to 2 rockets, the score adding up for time aloft of both. How does scoring work if only 1 rocket was brought? Great question. There's a clarification posted on the resource page about this. You're right. They can bring 1 or 2 rockets and can launch 1 rocket twice or launch 2 different rockets once. 1 rocket twice or 2 different rockets once. And rank is then determined by the launch with the greatest time aloft. SuperSleuths. Do students need to identify powdered and crystallized sugar? If not, which one? So the rules for SuperSleuth only state sugar. So if I were you, I would be comfortable with both kinds of sugar. I'd be comfortable with powdered and I'd be comfortable with crystallized, just in case. Also, is it possible that powders not covered in the rules will be included on the test? Nope, only powders included on the rules are fair game. Animal adaptations. The section of the test where students design an animal with certain adaptations. Can this animal be fictitious or does it need to be a real animal? The animal is imaginary. It has never existed before. Good question. Okay, a bunch of questions on science sketchers. So science and how it will be run. So every regional will run science sketchers a little bit differently. But our recommendations on how to run it are the answers I'll provide for you here. How are the cards displayed with the words? Do students have a stack and they flip the card up or does it show up on a screen? So no devices this year. All the words are printed on index cards and they'll be held by the event leader. Do the kids physically move into different positions around the table to switch from sketcher to guesser? So not a lot of time and you want to maximize your time. So moving is a total waste of time. So we're going to recommend that kids do not move so that they have the opportunity to guess as many words as possible in their 4 minutes. Will students be given a big stack of paper for each student to grab and draw when it is their turn, or will it be a whiteboard type situation? So again, this might be different depending on your regional, but we're going to recommend just a big stack of paper so that there's no erasing of the whiteboards involved, which again will eat up some time. Do they have to use a new paper for each new sketch? Not necessarily. That's totally up to them. Again, swapping papers is going to take time. So that's definitely a decision that can be made by the kids. When they say pass, does the current sketcher get a new card or does the next student come up to sketch? So the drawer or the guesser can choose to pass. Regardless, whoever chooses to pass, when a term is passed, the next team member is given a new term. And then one lone question for Division BC. Division BC was quiet this month. Hopefully that's a good thing. Is there a sample log book for Bridge or any of the other builds? Yes, pay close attention to the logs for the build events that you need to turn in. Those are easy points, but there's a lot of specific requirements that you need to follow and you need to remember to turn them in to get those points. But yes, there is a sample cover sheet and design log posted on the resource page for Bridge specifically, and the score sheets for Bridge were also posted this week. Alrighty. Thank you for submitting your questions and watching our video. We will be back with a new episode in February. Check out the description below for ways to submit your questions. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Definitely follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, NC Science Olympiad for all of the news and updates. We are kicking off our tournaments in just a few days. We'll see you next month.